Hello to no one. Hello. Let's see if anyone is available right now. Anyone around? I feel so awkward at the start of these live streams because no one's here and I'm just sitting here hoping people will join. Whew. Anyone? Anyone? No? Still at 0 people. Hello. Okay, we have 2 people. Hey, hello. Gavin, hi. You would kill to go to the Trilogy Tour. Hi. I'm so excited people are here because I always feel awkward at the beginning of these live streams. I'm just sitting here like, hopefully someone joins. Hey, Eleanor. Hey, Jackson. Yeah. Hi, Julia. Juan. Okay, that's weird. It says there's 2 people watching, but obviously there's more than that. Okay, hi. I'm so awkward. I'm sorry. Yeah. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to be, I don't know. I just want to catch up with you guys. I feel a bit disconnected from my audience just because it has been a busy couple months and I don't know. I just wanted to chat. I love doing these live streams. They're super fun. You guys are super cool. So yeah, I'm excited. It's just been a lot lately. Like, I'm very overwhelmed. I do have my Aurora video coming soon for any Aurora fans. A lot of people have been asking, and I'm like excited. Like, go ahead and ask. That's fine. Yes, it is coming. I am just very, very, very slow with that video for some reason. So it is coming in due time. Yes, Andrew. No worries. Yeah, not to spoil anything, but obviously I liked the album. Like, I mean, let's be real. It's Aurora. I don't think she releases bad music. So, but yeah, last night I attended the Trilogy Tour. I'm sorry. I'm like so hot right now. I don't know why. Yeah, last night I went to the Trilogy Tour, Melanie Martinez, and it was genuinely like one of the best concerts I think I've ever been to, at least in the recent years. It was basically like her era's tour, which I didn't realize that was like how it was going to be. But she did Crybaby, K through 12, and Portals all in a row, exactly like Taylor did. These are almost like the same kind of vibe. And my favorite sections were definitely Crybaby and K through 12. I think last night I realized that while I do love Portals, genuinely, I love that album. I definitely lean toward Melanie's earlier music. At least last night, that was just the vibe that I was in, the mood that I was in. So it was super nostalgic. Like, I almost cried just hearing, the Crybaby and K through 12 songs. And her stage setup was like insane. Her dancers were crazy. Like, I literally was like, give them an award or something for like the dances that they're doing. The choreography was insane. The two things that I will say, one was she didn't really interact with the audience at all, which is totally fine. I understand, you're trying to like fit so many songs in the time limit, but I love it when artists interact with the audience and shout out the city and all that stuff. So that was one thing I missed a little bit, but I get that you're trying to like do a lot. So I totally think it's fine, but I'm also like, selfishly, I would have loved that. And then secondly, the acoustics were not amazing. I saw her in an arena and it was kind of hard to hear her voice. So that was another thing that was kind of challenging, but it was fine. I didn't really need to hear her because I know the woman can sing. Like, I know she can sing. So oh, thank you, Ania May. I can barely see your picture, but I feel like you look gorgeous. That's either you or Madison Beer. But yes. Hi, Mariah. Oh, it's Mariah Carey. No, Mariah Carey Lamely. Okay, it took me way too long to realize that Lamely is not pronounced Lambily, and it is like Mariah Carey's family. So that took me a while. Thank you, Jay. Hi. My skin is glowing. That's funny because I feel like I've not done anything differently with it. How long was the set? It was actually quite long. It was over 2 hours. It was just over 2 hours. So I arrived after the openers started, which I have never really done before. I usually try to get there and like see the openers, but last night, I don't know. I was just feeling stressed. I was feeling busy. I was like, I'm not going to be able to like give it my all for the openers. So I just showed up a little bit past when I probably should have because I got in the merch line and the merch line was insane. Like it was worse than the Eras Tour merch line, and I'm not kidding. It was not moving at all. We were just standing there completely still. All of the lines were like leading nowhere. And then at the Eras Tour, the merch line was at least moving. Like I was genuinely walking constantly getting through that line. The Trilogy Tour merch line was not it, okay? And then you get up there and they don't have any sizes. But I did not actually make it to the end of the merch line in that sitting. I ended up going to my seat and then watching the concert. And then I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today. I apologize. I ended up going to my seat, and then during one of the interludes, I went and got this poster, and they didn't roll it up or give me anything to take it with, so I just had to like hold it up so awkwardly, but it was fine. Yeah, concerts are stressful, genuinely, and the older I get, the less I have like the energy for them. Like I still love concerts and will always love concerts, but I feel like my concert going experience is a bit different than when I was like 22. And I actually went to the concert alone last night. Like never be ashamed to go to a concert alone. It can be a really fun time, and honestly, it's kind of nice. I wish I had had friends, but it's fine. Yes, I'm talking about the Trilogy Tour. Yes. That is what one of the main subjects of the live stream, because I did not vlog it. So I just thought I would check in with you guys and chat about it. How was the merch? It was kind of intense, I guess I would say. I am not necessarily the person who wants to wear a nymph just giant on my chest. Some people, that's going to be their thing. That's great. That's not necessarily my style. So it wasn't really, overall, it wasn't extremely to my liking, but I understand there's a whole vibe that Melanie's going for. There were a couple shirts that I was interested in, but I was going back and forth between getting a shirt and getting the poster, and then they didn't have my sizes in the shirts, so I just bought the poster. I took it as a sign. I actually really love the poster. It's probably not going to stay there, but I wanted it to be featured for the live stream. The Portals era is good music, but it's a mess era-wise. Okay, I kind of feel that. Like, I think it's a good era. In my opinion, I like the visuals a lot. I think there's so much artistry in it. I love the dances and all the music videos, but I understand what you're saying. Like, it's not my favorite era from Melanie. But then again, it's like, what else? Like, I'm just so curious what Melanie's going to do next, because they're just keep reinventing the wheel every single time they release music. So yes, thank you, LN. I loved your reaction from the Caution album. You need to react to Butterfly. Yeah, I'll get around to more Mariah. It's just going to be a minute because of all the other stuff. So this month we have Aurora's album. That's the next video that's going to be posted on my channel. At some freaking point, I will get that video done. And then we have a lot of singles that came out that I don't know if you guys want reactions, but like Ray released a single. I have not listened to Sabrina Carpenter's new single. We have a new single from Gracie Abrams. I'm waiting for the album. There's no way I'm going to listen to that in the next week. Although I'm excited. I just don't have time. And then we have Gracie Abrams' new album. We have the Madonna album that I reacted to and I'm still editing. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I've been very like overwhelmed and burnt out. And what sucks too is I feel like I don't have time to appreciate every album as it comes out before another one comes out. So like I don't even think I'll have time to fully immerse myself in Brat and Aurora's new album, What Happened to the Heart, before Gracie's album comes out. And it sucks because I really like Brat a lot. I've really been enjoying like going back to that album. I also really like Aurora's album. And I'm like, how am I supposed to internalize all of this? Yeah, the Aurora album is her best work yet. I still need time to know if it's like my favorite of her albums, but it's without a doubt like a perfect, like it's a gorgeous album. I'm excited for my reaction, although I feel like, not to spoil anything, but I just feel like I was completely like brain dead after the first few songs. I just completely, my brain melted. And then I was just like, when I don't know when the Aurora reaction will be released yet. I'm working on it. It's just slow going. Going to a Mitski concert for your birthday. I'm seeing her in September. That's my next concert, actually. Very excited for that. I do need to cover Lush at some point. My God, like what album isn't something that I need to cover at this point? Like there's just so much. My favorite tracks on Think Later by Tate McRae. I haven't listened to that since. It's not really music that I have a desire to like listen to, but I can appreciate it objectively, if that makes sense. Like, I think it's good music. I just don't necessarily find myself wanting to listen to it. I think it's just so pop that it can be too pop for me. But Camila Cabello, yeah, she has an album coming out. Full disclosure, I don't know if I'm gonna cover that or not, but yeah, Brat is so good. September on your birthday. I can't believe September is coming around so fast. Like, I think of it as so far away, but it's really not. Will I be going to the Charlie XCX tour? No, I'm not really a Troye Sivan listener. So I don't know. I would want to know both artists well to be able to go to the concert. So but it sounds like a fun time. Hi, Little Joe's Animations. Thank you so much. How was the tour? Yeah, there's a lot of people who have just joined. So hi. Yeah. Okay, so the Trilogy Tour, it was absolutely amazing. It was one of the best concerts I've been to in years. It was very similar to Taylor Swift's Eras Tour in that there were 3 separate parts and they had interludes in between each section. So it started with Crybaby, then went to K through 12, and then went to Portals. And my favorite sections were definitely Crybaby and K through 12. K through 12 went really hard. I think I forgot how good that album is. And then I don't know. I wasn't as into the Portals section, which is surprising because I do love that album, but maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it last night. But I wasn't vibing quite as hard to that one. I will say, I wish I had listened to Melanie's music before going to that concert, like in the car on the way to the venue. I was a bit rusty on the lyrics and it would have been really fun to sing along to every single word, but I feel like I was getting like every other sentence because it's been a minute since I've listened to her entire discography. So that would have been something I would have preferred to do. I would have loved to know all the lyrics and like be singing along. I did have a very good view. I had like lower bowl seats and could see everything. Her dancers were insane. They were definitely one of the best parts of the show. She sounded good from what I could hear, but the acoustics were kind of trash in the arena that I was in. So yeah, I couldn't make out a lot of what she was saying. Another thing that I didn't love about the concert was she didn't really interact with the audience until the very end of the show. She finally said like, thank you guys so much. You know, I love you so much, which was really sweet. I love it when artists like give little shout outs in the middle of the songs and stuff, just to like, you know, make it feel like they're enjoying themselves. And But I also get that it's a lot to manage, and I get that not every artist likes to do that because some of them just want to sing and like do their thing. And some artists actually get hate if they start talking during their concerts because people are like, just shut up and sing. I'm not one of those people who says that, but I understand they might be afraid to get hate or anything like that. So but those are my only two like notes about the concert were the acoustics, which isn't even Melanie's fault, and just wish she had interacted a bit more. But other than that, like it was insane. Like the visuals were incredible. Every single song had its set visual, like spiderweb, a giant web. One of her dancers dressed up as a spider and came out and like did a little dance. Strawberry shortcake, the giant cake, obviously. Just everything had its own set of visuals that would pop up on the screen behind her, and it was so cool. And did Melanie go in the crowd? No, she definitely didn't. For a while, Melanie was actually just kind of standing up against the back screen that was displaying all the images. And then she finally came out like midway through the Crybaby section, I think it was, and was closer and was kind of jumping more. And like she did a lot of putting the microphone out for us to sing the lyrics, which was fun. Again, it just makes you feel like they're happy to be there. You're having a good time. It just makes you feel more connected to the artist, in my opinion. But at the end, yeah, Melanie said this really sweet thing and was like, I love you guys so much. Like, thank you for being here for 10 years of my career. And that made me just want to cry because I realized mid-concert, like I have literally been a fan of Melanie Martinez since she was on The Voice with Toxic by Britney Spears. And it's just crazy that I'm here all these years later and I still support her and love her music. The Principal, yeah, K through 12 went insanely hard at that concert. I just forgot how good that album is. It really, really is good. I think because I loved Crybaby so much when it came out, I was like, oh, I don't know if I like it as much, but I think I do like it as much as Crybaby, for the most part. So Battle of the Larynx, best song, best visuals, facts. Battle of the Larynx was one of my favorite songs off the Portals section. Guess what other song? Guess what song was the one that made me most excited? Fairy Soiree. It was Fairy Soiree. When Fairy Soiree came on, I got so hype and for no reason. And it's just so ironic because that was one of my least favorite songs when the album first dropped. Did she sing a lot of songs from Crybaby and K through 12? Yes, she did. She sang she sang so many songs from both albums, and then she did everything from Portals except 2 songs. The only ones she skipped were Leeches, which I totally get it. No one really needed that. And then she skipped Moon Cycle, which, okay, I'm a little bit sad, but I get it. That was not a fan favorite. But let's see. Cry Baby. She did Crybaby, Dollhouse, Sippy Cup, Carousel, Alphabet Boy, Soap, Pity Party, Mad Hatter, Playdate, and Cake. She did so many off Crybaby. And then K through 12. Wheels on the Bus, Class Fight. That was one of my favorite songs. The Principal, Show and Tell. Girl, that performance was insane. Nurse's Office was insane. Like, she was on a stretcher and all her dancers were crowding around her and pretending to revive her and stuff. Drama Club. No, did she do Drama Club? I always get Drama Club and Class Fight mixed up because they're a similar like title. Strawberry Shortcake. Yes. Lunchbox Friends. Like, okay. Deep Cut. She did Detention. No, she didn't do Detention. Teacher's Pet and High School Sweethearts. I never would have put High School Sweethearts on the track list, but I adore that song. I guess I didn't know how popular it is. So basically, I'm floored at how many songs Melanie covered in just one night. And then she did, yeah, literally every song on Portals except for the bonus tracks like Powder, Pluto, Milk of the Siren. She did not do Moon Cycle, and she did not do Leeches, but she did every other song on Portals. So the Portals people were being fed, I guess. Yeah, do I plan on reacting to Close to You by Gracie Abrams? Yeah, I do, for sure. I'm just like stressed, but yes, I'm very excited. I love the song Risk. It's one of my favorite songs of the year so far. So I have high hopes. There's a Taylor Swift collab. Let's be real. It's going to end us all. Oh, yeah. So one of the best parts of the Trilogy Tour was the transition when Melanie dies and then an arrow comes into her chest. That was insane. I was gagged. Like, I was fully floored the entire show, like jaw on the ground. It would have been fun to like get my reaction. I wish I could have you wish someone could be there with a camera to film your reaction, but obviously that doesn't make sense. What's my current favorite album at the moment? Scroll of Dragons. That's a good question. It changes so much just because there's been so much new music out, and my mood for different music changes. I really do like Brat. I really do like Aurora's album. Those are the two. I did re-listen to Eternal Sunshine the other day, and I forgot how good that album is. That's definitely one of my favorite albums of the year so far. I love Tortured Poets Department. I feel like it's this weird thing where I feel like I'm invalid for liking it because people will like tell me that I don't know. I just get a lot of hate for being a Swiftie. I get a lot of people telling me I'm basic and telling me like this, that, and the other. And I know it's not important and it's not going to affect me. I'm still going to be a Swiftie, but it just kind of sucks because I almost feel invalid for liking that album because a lot of people don't like it, which makes no sense. I love the Tortured Poets Department. I do like the anthology. It's kind of like hit or miss. Like, I would have restructured the album into just my favorite songs and then called it a day. It probably could have been like half the length, but I love that album overall. Yeah. Oh, did I like Billy's album? I have not developed a personal relationship with Billy's new album. I do like some of the songs on it. I really like Birds of a Feather. I really, really like Blue. That is my favorite song on the album. Wildflower. I have my favorites that I have listened to and I think are really good songs. It's not a quality issue. It's just like I don't think it's for me. But no hard feelings. Like, I don't feel upset that I don't like it more. I'm kind of indifferent. I think there's been so much other music coming out that I'm excited about that it's fine that I didn't, vibe with it on the level that I wanted to. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad a lot of people love it. That's really all I can say. Yeah, Radical Optimism. That was another one that wasn't my favorite. I haven't really listened to it more than the one time though, so I'm not going to say it's a bad album or anything because I don't think after a single listen you can say that an album is bad or that you don't like it because I think you have to give an album time. So I won't say it's bad. I won't say I don't like it. It's just it hasn't really struck me. There's been so much music coming out that's so good, and that one just didn't stand up to the rest for me personally. What's my favorite Brat song? I've loved Apple. I love being right about things because when I reacted to the album, I said, I don't love Apple right now, but I think I will one day. And I was absolutely right. I have a good grasp for what songs are going to grow on me. I don't know what it is, but like I always have a sense if a song is going to grow on me, and it grew on me so much, and it's one of my faves now. Have I seen the Boy Is Mine visuals? No. That's another thing I'm like debating on covering it, but I don't know if you guys care. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like old news by the time I get around to it or not. Same with like, I just don't know what to react to anymore. Like, there's just so much. It's like, how do I choose, what you guys are interested in? And it's hard to get a grasp for what people want to see. Let's see. Lana is dropping? Oh yeah, in September. We'll get there when we get there, but okay, Boy Is Mine is a good video. Might be worth the time, even if it's later. Oh, that's another thing, Brat Deluxe. I haven't listened to that. I just haven't had time. And I'm debating, should I cover it? Should I not? I've heard they're really good songs. So like, I'm going to listen to them regardless probably, but I just don't know if I should make a video. Let's see. Hello to anyone who's just joining. Anyone? Just kidding. I hope Melanie could have the fame and popularity of Taylor Swift. I agree, Mina. I think Melanie is one of the best artists of all time, to be honest. I didn't realize how much her music impacted me until Portals came out, and I think I was just reminded that, she is one of my favorite artists of all time, and her music is so special to me. And what I really appreciate about Melanie too is they wait for a long period of time before releasing their art, and it just feels like it, more time is taken to make a really quality project, in my opinion. But I know a lot of people don't love Portals, but I do. So I love Portals, but it is different. So I get not everyone loves it. Excited for my Aurora reaction. Yes, I am too. It's coming. Yes, Melanie, like, give her an Oscar, not an Oscar, give her a Grammy. Normani. Yeah, there's so many artists releasing music. It's insane. Yeah. Really? Wait, is it good? Normani's album, is it good? I'm probably not going to cover it just because I don't have time, but I mean, I could always cover it like in a few months. I'm not saying never, but dopamine? Is that what it's called? Let me look into that. I did not know this was a thing. It just came out June 14th. Oh, it came out literally today. That's why. Big Boy, Lights On, Insomnia. It's me. Cardi B feature. Okay. That's an album cover. That is an album cover. All right. Don't have any plans for it right now, but never say never. Anaya, there's so many okay albums coming out now. What albums do you mean? Oh, you said it's just an okay album. Okay. Hit Me Hard and Soft, or Hit Me Hard. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm not a huge fan of Billy's new album, but I know a lot of people love it and think it's the album of the year. So I can't really argue with that. Like, that's their opinion, obviously. So I don't know. Everyone's going to like different things. Everyone's going to vibe to different things, but it's okay. I mean, it's fine. You're entitled to your opinion, Ania. My outfit for the Trilogy Tour, Andrew, it was literally this. I'm wearing it right now. It's this dress and these mushroom earrings. I had no budget to go and like buy a fairy dress as much as I would have liked to, but I think this worked well. I fit in with the other nymphs and fairies. And yeah, all the outfits were kind of on point. Like a lot of people dressed up as K through 12 crybaby, but there were also people as portals. So it was a good range. Everyone looked amazing, cool makeup. This one girl was just covered in glitter and I couldn't stop looking at it because I have ADD. Thank you, not Kuxel. Why am I trying to pronounce it? Thank you, Andrew. Yes, I mean, here's what I've realized too. Like, in the grand scheme of life, it really doesn't matter what you wear to a concert, which might sound really existentially dumb, but don't stress too much. Like, if you want to wear a cool outfit, if you want to go all out, that's totally fine. But if you don't have anything, thank you, Anaya. If you don't have anything to wear to a concert, like just wear whatever, be comfortable. I literally wore tennis shoes to see Chapel Roan. That's another concert I went to this month. I've been to 3 concerts this month. It's kind of my high volume concert time. I go to a lot of concerts in the summer. So I went to Bleachers, Chapel, and Melanie. So sorry, notification. And I literally wore tennis shoes to the Chapel concert, and I wore an outfit that was not on theme because I didn't have anything that was on theme. So, and it was fine. Like, no one cared. I actually felt kind of awkward because everyone was wearing black and red at that concert. There were a ton of people. It was sold out. And then everyone was on theme to the My Kink is Karma, except me. The Renaissance tour, that would have been a time, but I was too broke to go. I'm not broke now. Like, I'm still too broke to be going to all these concerts. So I don't know. My mom likes to buy me concert tickets for presents, so God bless her, honestly. Tuvlo released an EP. Like, what? Who isn't releasing music now? Because I know Lord's about to come. Lord's about to rise up and end us all with her music too. So, yeah, so I actually got Chapel tickets when they first got on sale. I only paid like $100, which is a lot, like, in my opinion, but it's also with fees and everything, I thought it was fine. I think it was a gift that my mom got me the tickets anyway. But I only paid like $100, and now like they're on sale for $400, which is insane. So I'm glad that I got on it before they got really high in price. And yeah, but Chapel, yeah, she can be funky. Andrew, do you like Marina or Olivia? Maybe Sabrina Carpenter? Yeah, you must be. Are you new to my channel? Because I basically cover them all the time. I love all of them. Marina, Olivia Rodrigo, and Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter has just been crushing it lately with the music and the visuals and the performances. She has like really stepped it up a notch. I mean, Emails I Can't Send was insane, but she's just really like all of a sudden everywhere. And I love that for her. I haven't listened to Please, Please, Please. I'm waiting to cover it on the channel because I want to. I'm working late because I'm a singer. Yeah. Hello to anyone just joining. Another melodrama. I was just thinking that the other day. He or she said, I really hope we get another melodrama. Yeah. I was just thinking about that the other day because Supercut came on my shuffle and I was like, hold up. Like, have we had an album that good since Melodrama's release? I don't know. Yeah, and Marina, I don't know if she's going to come out with music, but she has a whole like poetry book that came out or is coming out. So I don't know if there's an album in the works too, or if she's just focusing on the poetry. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're good, Andrew. No worries. Well, if you didn't know, I do listen to a lot of pop music. So, all the main pop girlies are fair game. Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter. Um, and then we have like the older artists that I've been covering, like Britney Spears. I just mean older, like they have music that's older. Britney Spears, Mariah Carey, Madonna. I have not listened to Please, 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 Jay. I'm waiting to hopefully cover it on the channel, but I have heard one of the lines on TikTok, something about motherfucker, and I loved it. So I'm excited. I'm taking my time because I want to be able to appreciate it and like let it have its moment. Who's riding horses and dancing with knives? Who's just joining? Say hi. I'm just kidding. Who is Cyndi Lauper? Yeah. I've heard of her. I don't know her like that. I'm trying to think if there's what other things are there to say about the Trilogy Tour? Oh, girls just want to have fun. Yeah. Have I listened to Lee Ann's latest EP? I have not. I have not. If it's not an artist that I already listened to, I probably, well, you wouldn't know every single artist I listen to. But if it's not someone I already like follow pretty closely, I probably haven't listened to it. And Leanne is not someone I've really listened to before. So not opposed to it in the future. I've heard she's good. I know she's from Little Mix. So not opposed to it, but I haven't listened to any of the Little Mix girlies' new albums. Who is everyone's favorite artist right now? Or favorite album? Drop it. Drop it below. Chapel Roan. Anti Rihanna. That's a mood. Madison Beer. Life support. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I saw Madison Beer live too. I think last month. I don't know. She was good. Again, I feel like the acoustics weren't like, I'm such a snob about concerts these days. Like I want good acoustics. And they were just not amazing, but her set design was amazing. Girls Aloud? No, I haven't heard of them. Baby is so good. Yeah. Favorite album, Cowboy Carter and Eternal Sunshine. Yep, those are two of my faves from the year. And Tyla. Yeah, I've heard of her. I haven't listened to her music. Have I? Actually, I feel like I've definitely heard a couple of her songs, but I have never ventured into. Yeah, I was interested in covering her new album, but I just didn't have time. It's just like there's too much. I think the music industry is super oversaturated right now. Like, but it's all, it's all artists I want to support, so it's just kind of hard. Kenya Grace, The Aftertaste. Yeah, Eternal Sunshine. I knew it was so good when it came out, but I think I forgot momentarily. That is an interesting album cover. The Aftertaste by Kenya Grace. What else can I talk about? Am I going to react to Thank You Next? I love Thank You Next. That's one of my favorite albums of all time. So it would basically just be me sitting there listening to one of my favorite albums. So no, I won't be making a video on it, but it's iconic. Yeah, I think I didn't realize how much I love Ariana's music until Eternal Sunshine came out, and she's been one of my favorite artists to kind of like rediscover. Because once the album came out, I went back and listened to a couple of her albums, like Dangerous Woman, and I forgot how good that album is, and I re-listened to a couple of her albums, and I just love it so much. Yeah, I didn't realize that I'm low-key an Ariana stan. Like, I really didn't realize that. Yes, Kledge Mask. I probably butchered that, but yes, I'm so excited to share my reaction to Aurora's new album, hopefully in the next week or so. It's just taking me a while. It's one of those album reactions that's kind of hard to edit because I don't want to take out anything, but you have to take out things. Hello to anyone joining. Hello. Yes, Alec Benjamin. Yeah, I like him. I haven't listened to all his albums, but I like some of his songs. I liked Two Windows, is it called? And I liked a couple of his songs on Narrated for You. I haven't listened to him a lot, so yeah, I'm not a big Tate McRae listener, but some people like her. I mean, a lot of people seem to enjoy her. I don't want to say my full thoughts because I feel like people are gonna hate me, but yeah, I just don't see Tate McRae becoming a main pop girly. Please don't crucify me. I don't know. I don't see it, but that's just my opinion. Sorry. But I think it's objectively cool. It's fun music. I can't get into it. And I don't know if it's her choreography or what, but I don't think her dancing is where it needs to be in order to. I'm sorry. If anyone's a Tate McRae stan, I love you. Just, yeah. I think she's talented. Like, she clearly has talent to a degree, right? Like, she has written songs. She has, like, been around a while, and she's written some, yeah, quickly consumable music. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Like, there was this weird disconnect because I tried to react to Think Later, and it was just so weird because it was like, I did objectively like it, genuinely. I was like, this is good music, but I had no desire to keep listening to it, and I had no desire to ever listen to it again. And I don't know why. It was really weird, but vocals and dancing, yeah. Yeah, I guess I also am not a huge fan of Tate McRae's voice. It just doesn't really like hit me in the same way that some artists do, and that doesn't mean she's not talented. It's just some artists hit you different, you know, but yeah. Like, some artists' voices just hit you different, and some artists' voices don't really hit you in the right places. It's kind of weird. Like, I love Melanie Martinez's voice. I love the rasp. I just love the tone of Melanie's voice. Who else? Who are some of my favorite vocalists? Thank you for asking. Lana Del Rey, I mean, she just sounds like an angel. Aurora, literal angel. And Who else? Oh, Halsey. Anything Halsey sings, I'm like, yep. Um, Beyonce. I always talk about her vocals. Um, I love Billie Eilish, but you can have your opinion. I don't care. I'm so frustrated when like I just feel like we are in a culture where like no one respects different opinions anymore. Um, and I think it's dumb. I think we all need to just respect that everyone has different tastes. Yeah, Melanie's aesthetics are probably not for everyone. Guys, I'm sorry if this live is boring. Maybe I didn't have as much to say as I thought I did. I also don't know who's been here the whole time and who hasn't, so I don't know if I should repeat everything I said about the Trilogy Tour or not, because I talked about it earlier in the live stream. Kenya Grace, is she another whisper singer? I think it's just a matter of preference. Like some people are going to love the artists that belt, and some people are going to love the artists that have a quieter vibe. Yeah, you can always go back to hear my thoughts on the Trilogy Tour. Yeah, so if you're just joining, I talked about the Trilogy Tour earlier, but I loved it. It was one of the best concerts I've been to. Oh, school just let out. Yeah. God, I'm so removed from school. It's like, and I knew this was kind of a weird time to go live because a lot of people have work too. What's my favorite Britney Spears album? Either Blackout or Glory. I think Blackout is, yeah, I definitely think Blackout is one of her best albums. I do think Glory is also a vibe. I honestly, I haven't listened to her a whole ton since I covered her discography. Like, it was one of those things that like every time I covered one of her albums, I would listen to it a lot after I covered it. So it's not that I never listened to it again, but I just haven't been listening to her recently. I don't necessarily feel the pull to like listen to her on the daily. But as we all know, like I still love Britney. I still really, really respect her and like think she is hella iconic. It's just like not necessarily my daily go-to listening. So that's why I can't really say what my favorite album is because it's just been so long. But she did invent music. I mean, literally, her music videos too are insane. Yeah, exactly. It's the artist tones. Yeah, I do love Ariana's voice as well. It is very nice. Okay, yes, not CXLE. To be honest, I've had a bad habit of listening to one song for a little bit, memorizing it, and then moving on to the next thing and never coming back. That is very real. That's kind of how I've been feeling lately. I actually feel like I don't memorize songs anymore. When I was younger, I would memorize a song word for word, bar for bar, production thing by, beat by beat. I would memorize everything. And since the music industry has gotten so oversaturated, and I just feel like sometimes there's been albums or songs that come out that I like enough to listen to it for a little bit, but I don't like it enough to listen on a repeat. I don't memorize songs nearly as much as I used to, and it kind of bums me out because I literally used to be able to sing every single lyric that in a song, and now I don't. And every concert I go to, I'm not able to fully sing along, and it's a bummer. Anita. Oh yeah, I did. Thank you, Eduardo, for saying that. I did try to react to Anita's album. I couldn't really get into it. I think I got through a couple songs. It just wasn't really my thing. No hate, just wasn't my thing. WAP. Yeah, it was just yeah, it was just very intense. I think I'm not used to that style of music, but um who's dying? Oh, Katy Perry. Yeah, I think My guess is Katy Perry is focusing on her child and possibly being an American Idol judge if she's still doing that. My guess is that's why she hasn't released music. Yeah, the Funk Generation album. Yeah. It was a lot. Who are you talking to, sweet pilled? The video with crying Katy Perry and the kid. I don't know that video. Yeah, I'm not a huge listener of Katy Perry, but I think she has a really good voice and she has obviously some absolute bangers. But I'm not like Katy Perry's number one fan. Yeah, America has failed us. That's a pretty iconic clip. I don't think I like find it as funny as the rest of the world, but I don't know. I think I laughed the first time I saw it, but I think I've seen it so many times on TikTok now. Like TikTok will just play the same clips over and over again, and then it's not funny anymore. How many albums do you listen to off camera? That's a great question. Not a lot. I really do not listen to a lot of albums off camera, just because usually it's an album I want to cover on the channel. The one album I recently listened to off camera was 21 Pilots album. I was like, I don't think I have the viewer base to cover this album, and I also don't know that I'm going to like it. And yeah, I'm glad that I didn't cover it. I don't think I would have had a ton to say about it. I haven't really listened to it a ton. I'm not a huge fan of it. I didn't dislike it. I just feel kind of like, okay. So yeah, not a lot. There's a couple times that I've tried to film reactions and maybe it just hasn't gone well. You know, maybe I am too tired to keep filming or I don't like the album at all and I just stop listening. Luckily, that's pretty rare, but it has happened a few times with different albums like Funk Generation, Think Later, where it just doesn't work out for a reaction. Gracie or Lizzie McAlpine, her album Older, I really wanted to cover that on the channel and then just didn't work out. Like I didn't really vibe to it and I stopped listening. So, yeah, I used to try to force myself to get through albums like that. And now I just don't because it's not worth my time. Like life is just too short to listen to bad albums. I'm not saying that those albums are bad, but like if you can't get into an album, like just move on with your life and listen to something else. That's how I feel now. Need more people in the chat. Anyone? Anyone? Yeah, it's definitely subjective. Everyone has different opinions. That's why it's good that there's so many artists out there, right? Because it would be boring if there was only one artist. So it's kind of a blessing and a curse when there's a lot of music coming out. Yeah, Scroll of Dragons, that's it. The production sounded very similar. The singles were really good, but yeah, I agree. And it was a bummer too, because I like Lizzie's songwriting and yeah. Honestly, people always want everyone else's take, but then they get criticized because it doesn't align with their views. That's basically my channel in a nutshell. Everyone like there's no pleasing anyone really. If I like something, someone says that I have bad taste and that it's basic and you know, you shouldn't like that. And then if I dislike something, people hate me even more. So it's really, really hard to be a reaction channel, to be honest. Like it has moments of being great and chill and everyone's nice to me. And then it has moments of like, wow, everyone hates me for no reason. So, drop the Addy. Uh, Have I thought about opening up a Discord? Yeah, I think if I have more subscribers, I would. But I just don't have like the fan base right, or I don't know why I said fan base, like the subscriber base, the fan base, whatever you want to call it, to do it right now, because it's a lot of work and I wouldn't want to have people paying for something that I couldn't deliver on. The confidence to put up my reaction is real. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Eduardo. Thanks for putting so much effort into your recordings and edits. I imagine it's tiring. It really is. It is tiring, especially recently. I just feel like I've been a bit burnt out, and so I'm just trying to give myself time and space and take the pressure off. Thank you, Anaya. Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, as they say. Like, being on a public platform of any kind is just, again, it kind of has its periods of being really fun and really exciting, and then periods of just being kind of stressful. But thank you, Kledge. Again, probably mispronouncing your name, but thank you. The editing, I really appreciate that. I have a lot of fun editing my videos. It's my favorite part of the process. I like it even more than listening to the album, because it's just so fun. So thank you. What was my favorite Trilogy Tour performance from each era? That's a great question. Portals, I think it was Fairy Soiree, just because I got so hyped when it came on and it was really fun. And then I liked, sorry, I'm reading the comments and also trying to think. Crybaby. Maybe Show and Tell, because I don't think I ever processed how deep and meaningful the lyrics of that song are until last night. And hearing it live, I fully understood what the song was about, and it just opened my eyes to, excuse me, like, what a great song it is. So that was definitely one of my favorite moments. And then K through 12 class fight was really, really fun. Which video took the longest to make? The Gaga's documentary. Yeah, that was a very long process. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be fully honest right now. I hated every second of editing that video. Not the documentary. I loved the documentary, but I did not enjoy the process of editing that video because I had to work around, all the copyright issues, and it was very stressful, and it took so long to get all the parts out. And after doing that, I realized I'm probably never going to react to a documentary again. It's probably just not going to happen because it's too stressful to avoid copyright. Do I think Madison Beer will follow up Make You Mine with a new album? That's a good question. I honestly hope not, because I just can't right now. I can't have another album. And I also just think she needs a bit of time after the last album, because it feels like that album just came out. So I don't know. I would just give it time to marinate. When artists put out albums so quickly, I feel like they start to lose quality. So I don't know. I would assume that she might. Make You Mine, I'm going to be honest, I haven't listened to that song as much as I thought I would. Because when it came out, I really loved it. And then I've listened to it maybe twice since then. So I don't love it anymore, to be honest. Could do a commentary on pop culture. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. Yeah, I would love to do more like commentary videos on pop culture. I just feel like when I don't have a structure of an album to listen to, I can kind of go all over the place with my thoughts, and it's more difficult to make a video. I appreciate all you being here on my live stream, because I just constantly feel like I'm all over the place. Because I have ADD, and so it just makes it harder to like organize my thoughts. And so when I don't have an album to cover that's giving me the structure, it can be difficult to make a video that I feel like is quality and interesting and well-paced. So it's definitely something I'd love to get more into, but yeah. Show and tell. Oh, is it from K through 12? Sorry. Yes, it is. Is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so Crybaby. Probably just the first song then, which was Crybaby. She opened the show with Crybaby. Just I was just like jaw on the floor at her like coming out, and she had this whole dramatic moment where her dancers came forth and then she emerged. And after going to quite a few concerts recently where the artist kind of just showed up, I really appreciated that dramatic build and excitement. I think when you go to an arena show and you get that real experience of the drama and all the different visuals that can be even more impactful than like a smaller show. Because I love smaller shows for what they are. You can often hear better and, it can be a lot more chill and enjoyable at times. But with an arena show, I love the fact that it's a bit more dramatic. What Britney album did I have the most fun reacting to? It was Femme Fatale. Yeah, that was a really, really fun experience. Oh, thank you, Jay. He said, thank you for reacting to the Lady Gaga documentary. It did take a lot of time in editing. Yeah. And it was just very tedious. It wasn't fun editing because I wasn't doing a lot of effects and stuff. It was kind of just tedious and boring. And, so thank you for watching. I'm glad that I watched it, and it was a good experience to learn that I just don't love reacting to documentaries. Another thing that's hard about reacting to documentaries is you're sitting there on camera for 2 hours. If you start to get tired, if you start to get hungry, yeah, you could get up and take a break, but I like to film things all in one go. And so it can just be really hard to have the stamina to keep reacting, and you want your energy to be up, you want to be interesting. So it just can be hard. Yeah, Femme Fatale. Yeah, get naked. I got a plan. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty tired, so I'm probably gonna give this a few more minutes. I also feel like opinions on Britney Jean. I'm not a huge fan. Oh, that's a great question, Aline Boysbalt. Yeah, Britney Jean, I haven't really listened to it. I don't think it's awful in its entirety. I just think it's a bit too, it's not the kind of music I'm going to listen to a lot anyway. So even if it was really good, I don't know if I'd love it. Do I have any singers who hold a special place in my heart because of childhood memories? That's a great question. Yeah, so I love 21 Pilots. They're my favorite band, and they hold a special place in my heart for their music that I discovered when I was in high school. And I still have the raps to those older songs memorized. Their music means a lot to me. I haven't been as into their most recent music as much as I was into them at the time. I think I've gotten out of my obsessive phase. But I still think they're great. I still love them. So, who else? Childhood memories. Taylor Swift, obviously, I grew up listening to her. She's the person I've been a fan of for the longest, and my obsession with her has continued. I haven't really dwindled. Although I don't listen to her every single day. I don't listen to her for months at a time, but every time she releases an album, that's going to be my most played album of the year. And I'm just going to love it so much more than everything else in the world. So I would say Taylor Swift for sure. Ed Sheeran, I really loved him when I was a little bit younger. Not necessarily childhood, but when I was a little bit younger, maybe high school, college. One Direction, always and forever, is my most nostalgic artist. And if I could go back in time and relive being a One Direction fan, I totally would. because it was such a special time of my life. I would run to the store and buy every single magazine that they were in. I can't even imagine the amount of money my parents spent on buying me their magazines, buying every single album. Like, it's crazy. Any more questions? I'll take one more and then I'm probably going to head because I'm really just feeling like not amazing. I didn't sleep last night very well, so I'm a bit tired and hot and just like bothered. Hot and bothered. Any last question? Mm-hmm. One more question. Anyone? Thank you, Ellis Jones. Yeah, I've been not sleeping well at all, so that's been fun. Last question. Thanks, Anaya. Appreciate your participation in the chat. Okay, last question. Would I react to Pink's albums? Probably not, just because I have listened to some Pink songs and I haven't really gotten into her music. It's just not really my vibe. Like, again, it's like no hate, no shade, nothing against it. It's just not really for me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. I know this was a bit more chill. I feel like I'm a bit tired, so I just appreciate every single one of you for being here. And yeah, looking forward to Aurora very soon and more videos. So love you guys. Okay, bye.